everybody. Just wanted to pop on and let you know that I'm going to be putting together a series of videos. I realized that it's about time that I share my journey and the ups and the downs, things about our math curriculum that we use. Before I get started on all these videos, I want you to know that I use RightStart Math. I got there and I'll explain how and why we chose that curriculum in a little while, but I want you to know that through that journey, I actually started working for them and have learned so much from them, and I travel around and do conferences for them. But this blog and this series is not as a RightStart employee or whatever I technically am. It is as a homeschool mom. I learned so much by traveling and to talking to other moms and dads about math and about RightStart and about other math curriculums. And I wanted to put together a series of videos that talks about RightStart and hopefully answers questions and hopefully is a dialogue between me and you about how sometimes the math brain works and how we can solve problems. So any of these videos that I've got going on right now are not even endorsed by RightStart or anything. It's just me as Rebecca, homeschool mom, talking to you and giving my opinion on it. So with that said, I'm going to explain to you how we got started with RightStart Math. If you want more information, I'll leave a link below on the for the website, but it's really simple, www.rightstartmath.com. And the reason we got started is because my daughter was doing math at home when she was in preschool. She had a workbook and she did really great. She sit there with her bow and her hair and her pencil and just very studious. She's my writer. She's my artist, okay? And I taught her how to count and what to do. So she's counting through her fingers and she's doing the math. Beautiful, cute little workbook. It came with one of the bulk, I think it was My Father's World. One of the just cute little workbooks where we typically all start because that's the way we learned math, right? So I finally got to the point in the math book where I told her to carry the one. Taught her, okay, when you get to this point, you're going to carry the one and then you're going to add that one into the tens column and keep going. I just was explaining to her how I had learned math and what we need to do. And one amazing thing that I did not expect when I was started the homeschooling journey is that we teach our children the way we were taught. Whether it's right or wrong, that is our first instinct, to teach them the way we learned. And into this, I started teaching her procedurally what to do. We count on our fingers and we carry the one. And she started getting half of them wrong. I mean, I'm thinking that this girl before this was going to be going to Harvard because she was so awesome in math. And then she started getting half of them wrong. And I'm like, oh no, she's not understanding because I'm not teaching her for understanding. I'm just teaching her procedure, which is how I learned math. So that's when I started realizing, and I sat down with her. We had Cuisinart rods, if you've seen them, but they're little white squares are the smallest, and they go all the way up to orange to represent 10, and there's all these colors in between, and they're really pretty and cute. So I'm sitting there with Cuisinart rods. Okay, once you have 10, then you have to go run over to the other side of the room and go trade these 10 for one orange because it's the same. She was so frustrated. You'd think I had grown horns. It just did not work, and realizing this girl is not understanding what's going on, which is fine, but I don't know how to teach her. So I asked my homeschool group that we had a mom's meeting. We did it once a month. Oh, how I miss those meetings. They were fabulous. But it was just us moms getting together, and I asked them about this, what they recommended, and a couple of them just like shouted with hurrahs, you have to do RightStart Math. And they brought up their abacus. Yeah, there's an abacus. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, are you kidding me? What century are we living in? But she brought up the abacus and just explained it to me, and I was very interested and very excited about it and started learning more. So that's how our RightStart journey started. And I realized that this is actually teaching my children for understanding, because when I learned math, I followed procedure. To me, it was a written number. So when you see the number 23, it's a written numeral. That's not manipulable in your head. That doesn't give you any math understanding. So I always was late in understanding what we were doing. I learned the procedure a little while down the line, usually days, months, even years down the line, I realized what it was I was doing. So that's when I pursued RightStart Math. So in future videos, I'm going to explain to you what the differences are in the levels, why it's different than other math curriculums, why that's effective, maybe some pitfalls parents make as they proceed through RightStart and how to avoid them. Also, some really great successes. So please stay tuned as we go through a RightStart journey. Thank you.
The lights go out.